Hi everyone, welcome into Siren Records Monterey. It's Fresh Catch Friday. And if you're new here, welcome in. Glad to have you with us. If you would like to hear about some of the new vinyl that came out today or Friday or the last couple of weeks or whatever, we talk about vinyl, new releases, reissues, represses, and if you like that sort of thing and you want to, hear the discussion, I would suggest you hit that subscribe button down below so that you can also get the notification bell if they still have that. I don't even know. And then you can get notification when every time I open up a new video on every Friday. Okay, so anyway, we start out with pick of the week. There's also going to be a list posted down below that has the sequence of how we're going. So if this video is running too long for you and you want to skip ahead to something you're interested in, you can look down the list and kind of gauge where it's coming from. But first of all, I always give you a pick or picks of the week. Now this week it's a pick of the week, and this is Health Disco 4. This is parts 1 and 2 housed together in one sleeve, or you get both of them. So it's really a nice thing. If you're not familiar with the band Health, they're like a noise rock industrial band from Los Angeles, California, and they're just so great. In fact, I think we were talking about them as a pick a few weeks ago, the remix LP. So anyway, if you really kind of are sometimes like I am, I just think that every now and again I'm just so in the mood for that real industrial heavy kind of metalish noise rock. These guys do it like just so well. They're so good. And this music just makes you want to break things and knock shit over. I swear, it's so good. And every now and again, we need that sort of thing in our lives, don't we? So there is each disc has 12 tracks, so you get 24 big tracks on this thing. And it's on Loma Vista. It comes to us through Loma Vista. And wow, it's just terrific. It's on white vinyl, and it's limited to 1,000 copies. And that is my pick for you because it's just terrific. Okay, let me move my box here so that we can put things away in proper order. Okay, so let's get to it, you guys. There's a lot, and I'm going to go as fast as I can. Feel free to skip ahead, as I said. All right, first up, this is AMANA MARTH. This is the Great Heathen Army. It's on Metal Blade Records. Undisputed Kings of Viking Metal. This is an album fueled with inspirational stories, rooted in past times. These tales of bravery, brutality, and a real determination have very obvious resonance amidst our troubled times that we're having right now. So it's very relatable in that way. This is their 12th studio album, and what makes AMANA MARTH so appealing is that they contrast real heaviness and harsh vocals with very memorable riffs and melodic guitars. So this can be heard on every song on this record. It comes on Blue Smoke vinyl. And so there you go, here for you now. All right, next up, this is A Barry Can't Swim. It's More Content is the name of the LP, and it's on Technicolor. So Edinburgh-born, London-based producer Barry Can't Swim. Real name is Joshua Manny, and he returns to Ninja Tune. The imprint of Ninja Tune is this Technicolor label. And he's got this More Content. It's a 4-track EP marking the classically trained artist's first solo release for the label. This record is a unique blend of very skillfully crafted electronic production mixed with Barry's trademark jazz-inspired strings and keys, channeling the fluidity and flow of a live performance. So that is, it's an interesting piece for sure. All right, next up, this is Baton Rouge, Shake Your Soul, and this is through Real Gone Music. This 1990 debut record from the Louisiana band Baton Rouge is something of a melodic masterpiece, metal masterpiece, actually, that again got expunged from the grunge craze early on in the 90s. It was produced by an early Bon Jovi collaborator, Jack Ponti. Fans of Aerosmith and REO Speedwagon they'll find a lot to get into with this one. It's the first time on LP in the US. It's on magenta colored vinyl, and it's an edition limited to 2,000 copies. All right, next up is Andy Bay. This is Experience and Judgment, and this is also on Real Gone Music. Collectors have enjoyed and sought after this 1973 soul jazz classic on the Atlantic label. It's far more than your usual jazz record. Vocalist, pianist Andy Bay inspires every track here with a spiritual depth and social, soulful intensity. He's Experience and Judgment, it's also, though, it's a relaxing album, even with the heavy subject matter, okay? Listening, it's very reminiscent of like Bill Withers or Roy Ayers, if you like that stuff. Whether your taste in jazz runs to free funk or even Quiet Storm, this album delivers. You really will like this. It's reissued in sea blue vinyl to match the album cover. Well, it says to match the album cover. I'm thinking, is it maybe that blue ring in Saturn there? I'm not sure why they made mention of that, but anyway, yeah, okay, and it says the sea blue vinyl is there to match the cover and the mood of this record. It's the first time on colored vinyl, and it's limited to 1,000 copies. All right, next up we have 3 reissues from Blockhead. First up is Downtown Science, and these are all on Ninja Tune, okay? Renowned New York producer Tony Simon, who's known as Blockhead, is reissuing his classic Ninja Tune albums. So Downtown Science, this one is the second solo studio album. It's another set of deep emotional instrumental hip-hop tracks, this time dedicated to the downtown area of Manhattan where he grew up and has lived his entire life, encompassing all the attitude, anger, and edginess of the neighborhood. And this is 2 LPs on this one, and they're on gray marbled vinyl. Okay. And next up is, the next Blockhead is Interludes After Midnight. This one is also on Ninja Tune, the 5th solo studio album. In 2 years since the critically lauded The Music Scene, Blockhead has traveled the globe and emerged with another collection of eclectic songs that twist and turn and grind their way into your psyche. So this is 2 LPs, and it's on opaque purple vinyl. Okay, and then the last reissue for Blockhead that we've got, I'm trying to think, there might be something that hasn't come in yet. This might not be all, but anyway, this one is The Music Scene, and it's on Ninja Tune. Again, this is the 4th solo studio album. He conceptualizes and plays with mindful spoken word on this one. Soulful diva vocals and weird 50s era television audio. Amongst there's these real kind of ballsy jazz horns and instrumentation, this voodoo singing and sounds borrowed from opera and classical music. This one's on opaque teal vinyl. So yeah, he definitely experiments a lot, and it's different. It's cool. All right, so next up, more reissues, you guys, and this is David Bowie, Earthling. This is the 2021 remaster. It's on Parlophone. So Earthling was, believe it or not, the 20th studio album by David Bowie. This was the first album Bowie self-produced since 1974 when he did Diamond Dogs. Anyway, his 1970s experiment in dance, music, art rock, and other space-age pop forms helped lay the groundwork for modern styles like ambient and techno. And here he comes full circle, picking styles and ideas from those he heavily influenced. So it's kind of another real interesting thing. He was another one. Bowie never, did the same thing twice. So really just kind of, what an artist. All right, this one also, Hours. This is the 2021 remaster of that. It's also on Parlophone. This is his 1999's Hours LP, and it harkened a return to the sounds of the hunky-dory days, written solely with his longtime collaborator Reeves Gabrels over the previous year, 1998. Hours is one of David Bowie's most autobiographical records. It's the first complete album by a major artist available to download over the internet, preceding the physical release by 2 weeks. Bowie's evoking emotions recognizable to us all in this one. He deals with real life as opposed to imagery and fantasy that he's done on other things. Anyway, this one's 2 LPs, And there's also, I've got 3 of these reissues, but there's 2 more. So they're trickling in, but this is what I have. The last one would be Toy. And Toy's concept was surprising for an artist who had spent the previous decade pushing forwards. Bowie had experimented with industrial sounds and drum and bass on Earthling in 1997 that we just talked about, and released the first big album that could be downloaded on the internet. Of course, that was Hours, that we just finished talking about as well, and that was in 1999. But the same year, he was also revisiting his oldies for an episode of VH1 Storytellers. And the summer of 2000, he was going through his greatest hits. It's a now legendary Glastonbury Festival headline set, and he was ahead of his time again with the plan for Toy. It was meant to be a surprise release, but the music was just pure nostalgia. And while he was all set to go, financial and scheduling problems at his label, Virgin EMI, meant that it never saw the light of day. Until this was the central piece of the Toy box that came out. But now, of course, you can get it individually. It's 2 LPs, and here for you. All right, this one, this is Britney Fox, Bite Down Hard. This is through Real Gone Music. It's the 3rd studio album by American glam metal band Britney Fox. The first to feature singer Tommy Paris. It also features guest appearances by then Ozzy Osbourne guitarist Zakk Wylde and Poison drummer Ricky Rocket. The first time on vinyl in the US. The vinyl is clear with brown splatter, and it doesn't say if it's limited to how many pieces or something like that, so it might just be, a repress. Okay, the next one, this is Tbone Burnett. It's the Invisible Light, and this one is Spells. There's a trilogy. It's on Verve Forecast, and this is the new album from the Grammy and Oscar winner Joseph Henry Tbone Burnett. And it's the second record of Invisible Light's trilogy. The Invisible Light is a fusion of trance, electronic, folk, tribal, and global music. At the heart of this trilogy is technology and its advances throughout the last century, with radio, film, television, and the internet serving as central part of our lives. In acoustic space, people hear from every direction at once. The center is everywhere. There is no border. So that's the blurb on this one, and I believe that is just on a regular black vinyl. Okay, this here is Gavin DeGraw. It's called Chariot. This is a repress, I would say, okay, through Real Gone Music. It's the debut studio album by singer-songwriter Gavin DeGraw. It's pretty much offers more of the same as the single Chariot, polishing up the sound, turning it into something bigger and slicker, but not changing his vaguely rootsy, vaguely soulful pop at all. It's on teal vinyl for the repress. Okay, there's a couple of Def Leppard ones, and there's the first one was Adrenalize. Now it's on the list, but it's already out the door, so I can't show it to you. I've got to get some more. This is it was on Mercury. That was the 1992 Def Leppard's 5th album, Adrenalize. And the one that I do have to show you is Euphoria. This is released in 1999. This was their 7th studio album. It was produced by the band and Pete Woodruff. The album marked the band's return to their signature sound. And it contains the hit Promises that was co-written by that famous producer Mutt Lange. I'm not sure how you say his last name, but anyway, this is the first time that this record has been available on vinyl. So I guess they're on tour or something, doing big stadiums tours. Maybe that's why that's already sold out for Adrenalize. Okay, next up, this is the great Mac DeMarco. It's Rock and Roll Nightclub. This is on the Captured Tracks label. This is the 10th anniversary of the 2011 debut LP from Mac. They're calling this one, it's on Nightclub vinyl. So what Nightclub vinyl is it kind of makes me sick. Brown and custard colored vinyl. I don't even want to know what that is about. Anyway, it's got new liner notes written by Mac, and it's got this one bonus track that's called Me and Mine. Okay, so that's wow, 10th anniversary of that. Hard to believe, isn't it? All right, next up is Dust Star, Open Up the Heart, and this is on Run for Cover. And Dust Star is a new power pop project from songwriters Cameron Wisht and Justin Jurgens. A fan of Wish's previous band Sende and Jurgens' cult classic group Sirs will find that these 13 songs raise a new bar for concise, pristine pop songwriting, but with a little bit of a gritty edge to it. The album features like stunning art from Sheer Magazine's Kyle Seeley, and it's pressed on this lemon yellow vinyl. And it does tell you up here that that's on yellow vinyl, so not blowing life there, okay? Then this one is Bobby Gentry, the girl from Chickasaw County, and this is on Capitol Nashville. So the new formats are cut down versions from the 2018 box set and feature a selection of unreleased bonus material from the 8 CD package, including an alternate take on Sunday Best, a demo of Hurry, Tuesday Child, Mississippi Delta, alternate versions, and many more. Okay, the 2 LPs here has a 12 by 12 insert with a selection of images used in the box set and the sleeve notes. So, yeah, Bobby Gentry, that box set, from what I understand, is like a really gorgeous piece as well. And for us, we decided to have that one be a special order, so we just brought in the double vinyl on that one. But yes, I from what I understand, the box is a really, really nice piece. So if you want it, come on in, we'll order it for you. Or yeah, we'll do it that way. This next one is, all right, this is Glass Animals, Dreamland, and this is on the Republic label. They're a record-breaking, like Brit and Grammy Award-nominated, Billboard Award-winning global sensation, this band Glass Animals. So this is the special anniversary collection of their critically acclaimed third album, Dreamland. It's the album that brought us the global hit Heat Waves? Was it Heat Waves or just Waves? No, it's Heat Waves, sorry. And leading to 5 billion plus global streamings for this band. Now available on limited glow-in-the-dark vinyl, and that is noted for you on this green sticker. Or, I mean, don't even ask me how we got this or what we're doing with it, but the same thing. This is the Target exclusive, and this one is on translucent green vinyl. So that also will tell you that it's on translucent green vinyl. So anyway, sometimes I don't know how our buyer this stuff lands in our lap. I mean, what are we doing with a Target exclusive? I don't know. All right, so the next one is Healing Potpourri. This is called Paradise. It's on Run for Cover, led by vocalist, multi-instrumentalist Simi Sohota. It specializes in effervescent guitar pop that incorporates elements of 70s soft rock, chamber pop, lounge, and more to create songs that are all but guaranteed to leave you in a better mood. And this is on yellow vinyl, and it does say that on the sticker. Then we have Lily Hyatt, Lately. This is on New West Records, and Lately is a much more introspective and muted work compared to the countrified indie rock sensibility of Walking Proof, that style that Lily Hyatt is known for. The change of pace is welcome, though, and it reveals much about where she's been as a person and where she's going as an artist. This is on limited pink and black colored vinyl, and it is autographed right here. This part, even though it looks like it's written, that's the regular album cover. But like right under the sticker in a gold pen, she has signed Lily Hyatt. That she is actually John Hyatt's daughter, if you didn't know that already. And I saw her open for Blitzen Trapper once, and she was very, very good. Okay, next up, this is The Interrupters. It's called In the Wild. It's on Hellcat Records. And after 3 studio albums and over a decade deep into the music game, this is their new album. It's a 14-track opus, and it's the real deal. The story of survival, story of resilience, of a band being bold and rejecting easy impulses of simply repeating what worked for them before. So they were all together during lockdown, and they had a lot of time to create. And this it took shape in an unforced and organic fashion for them, and the recording process was evidently a fun one, reflected in the sound of the album. It glides across a spectrum of punk rock, doo-wop, gospel, dance hall, and their customary nod to two-tone. So this is on black or opaque aqua blue vinyl. This one, without any sticker on the front, is the black one. And the, what is it? Opaque aqua blue. It doesn't say that, but it does have a sticker that just says colored vinyl. But I'm just letting you know that it is the opaque blue, aqua blue. All right, next up is Chris Isaak, Heart-Shaped World. This is through Sun Records, part of the RSD Essential series. Heart-Shaped World is the third album by Chris Isaak, released in 1989. Became his breakthrough album because it featured the hit Wicked Game. And it's his best-selling album. It's been certified double platinum by RIAA, and this is on white vinyl. Then we have JoJo, The High Road. This is on Blackground Records. It's a second studio album from singer JoJo. The High Road was originally released in 2006 by DeFamily Entertainment and Blackground Records. It's featuring production from heavyweight producers such as Swizz Beatz and Scott Storch. The album debuted at number 3 in the Billboard 200, with many music critics lauding the album for its confidence and showcasing of JoJo's impressive vocal abilities. The album serves as a natural progression for her artistry, and it establishes itself as a classic for fans, and this is the first time it's been available on vinyl. All right, this is Cal Marks. My name is Hell. This is on Exploding in Sound Records. So considered veterans of the Boston DIY scene, Cal Marks is not a person, it's a band. They've been going for over a decade, pushing themselves and growing along the way. They have a real good work ethic. They're on the road all the time when they can be throughout the U.S. and most recently their first tour of Europe and the U.K. Many bands kind of settle into a comfortable place, but Cal Marks they take a lot of pride in expanding their sound and reshaping the formula on every album they've released. So they've challenged their audience over the years, and it's been met with critical acclaim from places like NPR and Pitchfork and Stereo Gum. So known for being one of the loudest and heaviest indie rock bands out there. They've shared bills with like Big Business, Black Midi, Mets, and others. And then their explosive live show is built on feedback and cathartic aggression, an outlet to exercise the weight of the world that's upon us. And this has absolutely no sticker to tell you anything. Even the barcode sometimes it tells you. It does not on this one, but it is on opaque peach colored vinyl. Yeah, it would have killed them to put a sticker on it, right? Yeah. All right, this looks pretty interesting. This is Rayo Kawasaki. It's called Juice, and it's on the Mr. Bongo label. Classic jazz funk fusion from the late great Japanese guitarist Rayo Kawasaki, recorded in New York and originally released in 1976. It presents Rayo at the height of his power. Born in Japan in 1947, he had a long and stellar career, recording and releasing music up until his passing in 2020, April of 2020. He's one of the pioneers of the jazz fusion genre, with Japanese jazz funk fusion sound becoming extremely influential in the 80s UK club scene amongst its DJs. And he worked in the US, he worked with some of the jazz greats like Elvin Jones, Chico Hamilton, and Bobby Humphrey, but a forward-thinking and ever-evolving musician. Rayo collaborated with Roland Corporation and Korg on the guitar synthesizer, and later wrote music software for computers. And later in life, he relocated to Estonia and worked there, as well as Finland, Sweden, and the Baltic states. This has become a much-loved album for crate diggers and jazz funk enthusiasts, and its tracks are frequently being sampled and reimagined in hip-hop. But yeah, he's got a very interesting story. Okay, this is Chemis, and it's called Deceiver. This is through Nuclear Blast. They're a band that have often been overlooked since their formation in 2012, and now on their fourth album. They're second for metal powerhouse Nuclear Blast. It looks like these Denver doom rockers may finally get the recognition that they deserve. It's apparent that their focus is razor sharp now, and every band member is displaying very immense growth in both musically and creativity since their last album. Their expressiveness isn't limited to just the vocal delivery. It's the tonality of the guitars, which now span a much wider spectrum. They sound tighter than they ever have. And this is pressed on black and white swirl vinyl, and it's limited to 1,000 copies. Okay, this is Kyle Kidd. It's called Soothsayer. This is American Dreams Records. So living as a queer androgynous person, she says, they say, I've always seen the world beyond the binary. That's Kyle Kidd. They use all the pronouns, talking about their debut solo album, Soothsayer. So those who came before me, they say, were deeply connected through spirituality with the gift to see the future wielded through the powers of ritual. That's a mouthful, right? Anyway, the third album here is on the basis of this ancestral background. But the title, it doesn't reference a term. It clarifies what the album is: an expansive rendering of life beyond the binary, balancing self-possession and self-preservation and challenges of vulnerability and the redemptive possibilities of love. All in half an hour. Okay. They cut to the chase. All right, this is Cocaro, Could We Be More? This is on Brownswood Recordings. This is the debut album, and it's led by Sheila Maurice Gray. That's an 8-piece, and they perform a blend of jazz and Afrobeat. Now, you can get this on black or on light blue vinyl. So the black one just has kind of the clear sticker, and the blue one says that it's limited edition blue vinyl. So, yay, thanks for the info. All right, next up, this is Lamb of God, Sacrament, and this is on Century Media Legacy, the 15th anniversary edition of their legendary gold album, back on vinyl for the first time since 2006. And some people say it's the ultimate Lamb of God experience. It's hard for anything to top this album. It's so brutal and relentless, yet it features more guitar solos than any other album of theirs. It's mastered for vinyl and features 3 live bonus tracks, exclusive red vinyl, limited to 1,000 copies. Okay, then we have Love, All for Nothing. And just a little warning for you, this one has explicit lyrics, just letting you know. It's on the A5B Incorporated label. So this is a multi-platinum chart-topping singer-songwriter, producer, and multi-instrumentalist. Love asserts himself as a storyteller. 11 billion streams after 2015's viral sensation, The Other. Love's next chapter continues to attract audiences by transforming magic around him into generational anthems. Sonically the most challenging and exciting yet, Love now releases his highly anticipated second full length here. It's an indie exclusive, and normally that means that it's colored vinyl, but for this indie exclusive, this is the alternate cover. I think the regular cover, it's pulled out much further, and you can it's all water, and then you can just see him floating, but his whole body. So anyway, this is the alternate cover for the indie exclusive. All right. This is Main Source, Breaking Atoms. It's on Mr. Bongo. And 30 years after its original release here, the debut album from Breaking Atoms, it remains a prime example of a classically styled hip-hop LP. 2 DJs, 1 MC, 11 tracks, no filler. It wasn't a slow burner. This one was adored upon release and hasn't left the top 10 of any serious rap fan ever since. What makes it so special? Perhaps it's the group's ear for a hook and a sample, with Large Professor mounting a whole celebrated career off the back of this particular gem. Perhaps in a way he manages to balance bragging with more political thematic tracks without ever coming across as preachy. So it's presented in its original format. This is the essence of Breaking Atoms, one of the best albums in the long history of this particular genre. Okay. Next up, we have Malgra. This is What I Breathe. It's on Virgin Music International, and it's the debut album from Malgra, who's also known as Jordan Alexander. He's an Australian-born, London-based powerhouse. He reaches within to create the most comprehensive and demonstrative show of his style to date. So loudly defining the raw energy, even with a stack of very well-received projects already under his belt. What I Breathe can be seen in the first deep breath in a fierce and deeply personal declaration of what's to come for Malgra. Already known for his DJ sets where he incorporates the likes of hip-hop and hardcore, he's now making moves beyond the decks to become one of the biggest acts in electronic and dance music. What I Breathe covers a lot of ground, but he concentrates on how the last 6 years have shaped his sound by combining dance, electronic, and techno. All right. This one is a little weird. This is Marcy, and it's a self-titled Marcy. It's on Arbutus Records. It's a solo debut from Marta Kajovic of Montreal, and she used to be in this soft rock group called Tops over there. She steps out on her own here, and it's a collection of synth pop songs that kind of are, they're very sincerely written lyrics. The confidence of this debut belies the fact that Chikojevic has never formally written songs before, but she's been a student of melody since her childhood in rural Ontario. She would sing along to the radio. Her grandfather was very present in encouraging her to sing and harmonize and taught her things, that way too. Anyway, that was, she did little things like she was like singing in Yugoslavia. She would sing and record both original songs and traditional Croatian folk songs on a cassette. Before joining Tops as a keyboardist in 2017 and moving to Montreal. So when she decided to make a solo record, it was a given that she'd work with her bandmate David Carrier, describing him as a great power pop writer. These two had the same vision. So there they were, and they got this written on a Rhodes and bass and fleshed out with harmonies, guitars, samples, and FM and analog synthesizers, and had some help from friends, and it's here now, her debut. Okay, this is a very, very nice piece. This is a Paul McCartney 1, 2, and 3 all in one box, and this is on Capitol. The solo albums written and performed and produced by Paul McCartney from 1970, 1980, and 2000. It includes 3 LPs on 180-gram vinyl, audiophile vinyl, with 3 limited edition photo prints and an introduction from Paul housed in this beautiful slipcase box. It is these 3 albums here. I don't know why they didn't put Ram in here. That seems to me like that would have been like McCartney 1, Ram would have been 2, and this would have been 3. But here we go. This one they're calling McCartney 3. But yeah, I don't know. Ram is such a good album. Should have been in there too. But anyway, it's housed in here. You get these 3 audiophile LPs, and it's a very nice piece. Okay, now we have Malcolm Middleton. This is A Brighter Beat, and this is on Full Time Hobby label. It was originally released in 2007. Malcolm Middleton's 3rd solo album, and the first one for Full Time Hobby. It's being made available on vinyl once more for its 15th anniversary. It only ever was released on black vinyl in limited numbers around the original release, but this updated version has been recut to optimize the sound quality and pressed onto this natural clear vinyl. It includes liner notes from broadcasting legend Colin Murray and is presented in a high-quality gatefold sleeve with updated art from David Shrigley. It includes a full deluxe digital download, and it's limited to 1,000 copies. All right, this is Sophia Mills. It's called Baby Magic, and it's on the Sophia Mills label. It's the debut album from a 19-year-old artist, Sophia Mills. Baby Magic intimately details the most pivotal moments of her coming-of-age experience, breakups with toxic boyfriends, coming out as queer at the age 16, longtime struggle with mental illness, and the Massachusetts-born singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist. She imbues her storytelling with both startling clarity and profound sensitivity, and an element that's echoed in her warmly textured brand of indie pop. It arrives as a complex and captivating body of work built on a potent tension between her dreamy romanticism and intense self-awareness. This is a limited edition on transparent red vinyl, and it does tell you that it's red vinyl on this sticker. Yay. All right, this one is Murder by Death. It's called Spellbound, and it's on the Many Hats distribution label. Some bands build a catalog over years. Murder by Death has built a universe. Over more than 2 decades together, they've released 8 deeply immersive albums, each one subtly broadcasting their sonic and thematic sort of limits, and exploring the band is truly what they're capable of. On their 9th album, Spellbound, the band has taken their largest leap forward into lavish, spaced-out territory, only hinted at on their previous records. And this one comes on Coke Bottle Green. There's absolutely no sticker to indicate that, but that's what it is. Again, another one. Can't cough up a sticker for us. All right, this is Michael Nesmith, Different Drum, the Lost RCA Victor recordings, and this is through Real Gone Music. This is 22 rarities from the late Michael Nesmith, formerly of the Monkees. Legendary RCA Victor recordings. This includes a 4-page insert with liner notes, all never before on vinyl. Blue Smoke, 2 LPs. So you can get your hot little hands on that one. This is a cool piece. This is Primus, Conspiranoid. This is on ATO, and it's the first completely original Primus music in over a decade. Comes in the form of 3-song 12-inch. So yeah, you get 3 songs on here. 1, 2, 3. It kicks off with the 12-minute epic Conspiranoia, exploring the absurdity and darkness bubbling up in the contemporary world. It's perpetuated, as frontman Les Claypool says, by anyone with a slight hint of web design aptitude. Claypool goes on to say that because all 3 songs were bred in odd times of divide, confusion, angst, frustration, and social senility, the title Conspiranoid seemed appropriate. This is on white vinyl. It comes with a digital download. And I believe they're touring. I think, in fact, they're going to be in Santa Cruz like really soon, which I've seen him with never with Primus, like a Claypool, Lennon Delirium, and that was terrific. So anyway, RBL Posse, or is it just it's RBL? But is it Rebel Posse? Is that how you say it? I don't know, you guys. But anyway, this is a lesson to be learned. It's on Right Way Production. This is the 30th anniversary special limited edition of 1,000. Of this classic San Francisco gangster rap with killer lyrics and strictly street beats on clear vinyl. This album that put RBL Posse and San Francisco rap on the map in 1992. It includes an intro by Herm and a special appearance by Totally Insane. And I know that some of you, that means something to you. I have to plead ignorance. I don't know a lot about them. All right. This is Role Model, and it's called RX. Another one with explicit lyrics, okay? This is on Interscope. RX is the debut album from Role Model. His name's Tucker Pillsbury. Here he continues to explore his pop sensibilities while playing with themes of love, healing, religion, and ultimately the power of a woman. As a Role Model, he assembles, disassembles, reassembles different vibes and sounds and emotions in his work. One moment he's crooning about his crush's earrings over crunchy chords. The next he's spitting bars about staying home. Either way, the intimacy of his songwriting beckons connection. And that's his debut. All right, let me just move this down here a little closer to me. Okay, guys, this is Sentinels Collapse by Design. This is on Sharptone Records. It shows Sentinels taking influence from metalcore, progressive metalcore, and mathcore, and crafting a unique sound for metalcore in 2022. Limited pressing of 500 copies. It's on Bone with Blue Splatter vinyl. This is Mavis Staples and Levon Helm, and it's called Carry Me Home, and it's on the Anti-Records label. So, you know, iconic singer Mavis Staples, an alchemist of American music, and during her 70-plus year career, one of the most beloved musical moments was her riveting performance in Martin Scorsese's film The Last Waltz, performing The Weight with the band, a moment that forged a lifelong friendship between her and Levon Helm. Staples came into Woodstock, New York to perform as part of Helm's renowned Midnight Ramble series. And the ensuing concert is available now for the first time on the new Anti-Records release, Carry Me Home. It would mark a personal high watermark for both of these artists. It captured live in the summer of 2011. Carry Me Home showcases two of the past century's most iconic vocal artists coming together in love and joy, tracing their shared roots and celebrating the enduring power of faith and music. This is 2 LPs and it's on clear vinyl. Now the sticker just says colored vinyl, but it is clear. All right, this is Abby Tintern, B-side, the anthology, Through Real Gone Music. Now this is the biggest British psych find of the century. Of the 24 tracks on this collection, the only 2 to be previously issued on vinyl, B-side, backed with vacuum cleaner, they comprise probably the rarest and most highly prized single, Durham DM164 in 60s British rock, an original copy having sold for as much as $1,600. And with good reason, the guitar solo on Vacuum Cleaner set a new standard for modern psych feedback freakout. Indeed, that single was the only recording officially released by Tintern Abbey, and only a small handful of demos have leaked out since, yet their legend persists some 55 years on. The package features a 4-page insert with a comprehensive essay, band quotes, and previously unpublished photos and memorabilia tucked inside. It's a gatefold jacket containing a purple vinyl pressing limited to 1,500 copies worldwide. That's like a weird story, you know, just only had such a minimal output, and then people just have been searching for it and paying crazy money for it. Well, now you can get a whole lot more. All right, Tool, Fear, Inoculum through RCA. Now, this is the 5th studio album by Tool. It was released in August of 2019 through Tool Dissectional Volcano Entertainment and RCA Records. It's the band's first album in 13 years due to the creative, personal, and legal issues they encountered since the release of 10,000 Days. So following the release of the limited edition single pressing Ultra Deluxe 5-disc vinyl box set, this critically acclaimed album is available now as this 3-disc 180-gram set and features new artwork in triple gatefold jacket, and it has an exclusive poster. So yeah, I guess that was like the only way to get that for a while. You had to get the box set, but that's why it's, you know, in the new releases. Okay. This is various artists, Something Borrowed, Something New, a tribute to John Anderson on Easy Eye Sound. It's a tribute to the country music legend John Anderson, produced by Dan Arbach of the Black Keys and David Ferguson, with performances by people like Eric Church, Luke Combs, Ashley McBride, John Prine, Nathaniel Rateliff, Sturgill Simpson, Gillian Welch, and I think Tyler Childers is on here too. Yeah. But anyway, it's limited edition, and I don't know what this means. They're calling it Low Dog Blue Vinyl. I don't know what color that is. Low Dog Blue Vinyl. Everybody has to have their own special way to say colors. I don't know. All right, next up, this is Wormrot, and this is called Hiss. It's on Earache Records. This includes nightmarish strings and expansive avant-garde noise sections, courtesy of 18-year-old violinist Myra Chu, helping to highlight the wealth of talent in Singaporean Asian artists. Okay, that is just looks like to be just black vinyl there. Okay. And then we have Neil Young and Promise of the Real. This is called Noise and Flowers. It's on the Reprise label, a new live album, Noise and Flowers, that captures a group in all their glory in the 2019 European tour. It documents a 9-date tour that began just 2 weeks after Neil Young's lifetime friend and manager of more than 50 years, Elliot Roberts, passed away at age 76. Performing alongside a photograph of Roberts taped to his road case, he approached each show as a celebratory memorial service to honor his late friend. This is 14 tracks over 2 vinyl LPs. Okay, guys, so that is just a sampling of a lot of what's out this week, and I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging with me, and I will see you next time, and yeah, happy weekend. Bye.